failure is probably an understatement, but not the way you wanted to start the tour.
No, we knew it would be difficult, playing a really good team, but certainly, we're very disappointed with how our performances have showed. I said it across the way there. I don't think that's really reflected how our 50 over cricket's been of late, but it's also showed that if you're not on it, particularly with the bat, if your defence isn't good enough, you're going to be found out. And it was just really disappointing. We kind of came in here with hopes of playing good cricket and competing, but we just haven't these last couple of games.
Any explanation yet?
It's probably too early to say. I think it's you could look at a number of things. I think they're obviously off the back of some good cricket against England. We're coming from indoor cricket back home in Ireland and probably didn't adapt as quick as we needed to. But I think they've showed that they're a really good team, particularly in their own conditions, and they've just played better cricket than us, and that's sometimes the way it goes. We know we've got to play them in 3 really important games in Chelmsford in this format now. We've had a good look at them. We're going to have to be a lot better to get near them. It's just really disappointing.
Why did you decide to bat?
I decided to bat because we wanted to get a score on the board. We wanted to create pressure in the second innings. We knew we'd have to be pretty tight in the first 10, but that's usually the case in international cricket. But certainly the first 10 overs were a bit of a disaster from a batting point of view, and we were never going to really get a big enough score to compete with them.
You said obviously, you didn't say that output from playing well in the ODIs, obviously in T20s to come, which we haven't been as good at. Test matches we haven't played for 4 years, that's going to be a big ask now.
Yeah, our T20's been alright. I wouldn't say our T20's been bad. We had a good World Cup. I think you were there. So it was a pretty good World Cup. We know in all the 2 formats we've played a lot of, we know on our day we can beat anyone. Test cricket is a bit of an unknown for us, particularly in these sort of conditions. Like I said, it's going to be tricky to play a team who are really good at Test cricket in their own conditions. We're going to have to find a way to play and pretty quickly, and we're going to have to park this for when we get to Chelmsford and obviously learn a bit from, if we play Test cricket and a few of their bowlers are playing, we can learn a bit, but I think it's just about getting to Chattogram and focusing on T20 now.
Captain, were you surprised with the bounce of the wicket at the start of the innings?
Yeah, I think the ball, from what I gathered, it was when it was kind of hitting that live grass in the wicket, it seemed to gather a bit of pace, but we know that they've got good seamers. We spoke as a batting group about getting through that first 10 overs and then creating a platform. Even the way Curtis and Lorcan played showed that if you gave yourself a bit of a chance, you could get your value for shots, but certainly once we were 4 down, and then I think Lorcan got out, it was very tricky. But that's just the way it goes.
When you come to Bangladesh, normally we get prepared to play a lot of spin, but this time around it was a different way. So was it a bit surprised for you to see the way Bangladesh plays bowling?
Certainly haven't been here at the BPL. I knew that the Sylhet wicket was a really good wicket and had a bit of carry in it, so we were aware of that, and we're sort of aware of the seam bowlers that Bangladesh are now producing. They've got a core group of seam bowlers that are really good. They obviously have a really good bowling coach, and I think naturally when you come to Bangladesh you do have that kind of spinner mindset, or they're going to bowl a lot of spin, but certainly it wasn't the case. I think 10 wickets fell to seam today, so it's we prepared for their seam, but certainly I think there was probably a bit more focus on spin rather than seam.
Well, Captain, over here. Captain, out of the 3 venues where you will be playing, or you just picked Sylhet, Chittagong and Dhaka, I think Sylhet must be the closest you can get with your own condition. Like it was a bit overcast and the wicket has the carry and everything. So quite resemblance, as your coach said, to his back. So are you a bit frustrated because you haven't produced a good batting performance as well, and also not in the bowling? So are you a bit frustrated that you couldn't capitalize on these things?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think it showed that we hadn't had recent cricket. Bangladesh have obviously come from a series. I know they didn't play in Sylhet, but they were playing good cricket, and we needed to hit the ground running pretty quickly, which we didn't manage to do. Certainly there's similarities to back home, but we've played on pretty batter-friendly wickets most of the time back home. So there is that similarity, but yeah, just as a batting group, it's clear to see that we weren't good enough this last week, and when you come up against good attacks, you're gonna be found out, and it's a shame because we came here with high hopes in this format, but that's cricket, and we've got to find a way to get better once they come to Chelmsford.
Just finally, a word about Matthew Humphries. Obviously, you're keen to give him over his under his belt for the series ahead.
Yeah, and he's a really impressive character. He doesn't shy away from it. He kind of wants the ball in his hand, and that's what you want. It's as tough as it probably gets for a young spinner coming out to these conditions and bowling against some really high quality players of spin. But I've no doubt he's the sort of character that will thrive or get better from that. I don't think he's going to be sulking in the change room or anything like that. He's got a big future, and hopefully we can help him develop as best as we can.
Thanks.
Thank you.